Chapter 2. In Chapter 2, we discuss 3 different scenarios. The first scenario is with a couple that looks like, from the outside, a picture-perfect couple. Everything's going great in their lives. Work, children, their marriage, but actually it's a facade. There's so many things going on in their lives, and a lot of smoke screens and masks are in their lives.
Many of you could probably relate to that. Sometimes these are those couples that Darren and I have been in that situation before. Everybody's like, wow, they've got it all together. They've really got this going, but they have no idea what's going on behind the scenes. So this is a story that's gonna really draw those in that feel like that what's happening inside the doors is not what appears to be happening outside the doors.
That's right. And then the second scenario is about a couple or a family where the husband is hyper-focused on his job. And we know how that is. It could be it could be a job, it could be an activity, it could be a ministry where you get hyper-focused and that's all that you focus on, and you forget about all the other relationships in your life.
Yeah, this is one of those scenarios that so many times the things that we think are so important in our life, and especially you touched on that, Darren, the ministry part. I think that that's something we can get caught up, whether it's even being a small group leader or a Sunday school teacher or a pastor, or in a job in which you feel like you're ministering to others and you're like, but God's calling me to do this, but He's also calling us to do this as well. And so I think this is that story that reminds us that even those ministries that we're called in, the good things that we're doing sometimes become bad things if our whole focus is put on that and we're letting our marriage suffer because of it.
And the third scenario is about 2 older couples that have basically are later on in their lives, after their children are gone and they have grandchildren, that they find themselves in 2 different ruts per se, but they're going the same direction, but they're really not on the same path, even though they're going the same direction.
Yeah, this is one of those scenarios that all of a sudden you've been married a lot of years, you've raised kids, you've had what seems to be a normal marriage along the way, and all of a sudden the kids leave the house and you're empty nesters, and we look at each other and you're like, who are you?
Who are you?
Because you've lost sight of who each other is. Your relationship has become focused on your kids, on all the outside things, that this has gotten lost along the way. And at the end of the day, this is what you're moving forward with.
Yeah. And as time goes on, your marriage should be richer than ever. The longer you're married, as the years go on, it should be like fine wine, just getting better and better, not worse and worse and dreadful. Shelley and I, we're very, very blessed. And we want to encourage you all to have a marriage even better than ours.
Yeah, so now it's your turn to dig in. With the Chapter 2 notes, we want you to go and meet with your groups and have an opportunity to flesh out the questions, and we'll see you next week.